All right, it is another edition of Ask the County, and joining us this morning is Saginaw County Treasurer Tim Novak. We appreciate you being here. Looking forward to talking some back to school today.
It is that time, isn't it?
Yeah, and we want to go through kind of a back to school checklist, just a few reminders for parents as kiddos get ready for their first day of school. We should start with vaccines. So what does Michigan's laws require? What do they require?
State law in Michigan says that kids have to be vaccinated to go to school. And kind of the checkups are in kindergarten and 7th grade, or if a kid's transferring. Those are kind of the years that they monitor to make sure that kids are vaccinated at those grades, even though it's supposed to be all the time. Those are the 2 years they check unless they're transferring. And really the purpose behind that would be, remember, it's a kind of a minimum standard for preventing diseases, and they figure kids are in school and they're in groups, and what better way to transmit diseases is through that. So there's requirements for things like DTaP, MMR, hepatitis B, a meningitis, and then chickenpox if you're older. And those are kind of the minimum standards that you'll follow.
Interesting. And you said that vaccine rates are down.
So vaccine rates are down, and then, which always begs the question, right? Like, what if I don't want to get my kid vaccinated, right? There are exemptions that for philosophical and religious reasons and for medical reasons that you can, if you choose to go that route to not get your child vaccinated, they can still go to school. You just have to kind of go through the hoop. The philosophical and religious exemptions, you go through the health department, and they take appointments Tuesday through Thursday from 8:30 to 9:30 for those. And a medical exemption would go through your doctor.
Interesting. Now, if a family does want to move forward and their child needs to be vaccinated, what is the health department doing to help out families?
So the health department has walk-ins and appointments available Tuesday through Thursday, really almost all the way through the day. And I believe Thursdays even might even go into the evening for appointments all the way to 6:30. So check their website or call them at 758-3840. Those are kind of the best ways to find out exactly what time's right for you. But Tuesday through Thursday is the window of time, and they accommodate both walk-ins and appointments. And the other kind of key thing is registered nurses are the ones providing the shots for the vaccination. So it's kind of cool. So it's something I like to promote, that it's all RNs that are doing the work.
Nurse heroes.
Yeah.
All right, let's shift to school supplies now. Do you have any upcoming events for kids looking to stock up?
Kind of the in and out, right? So kids in shelters and housing programs need supplies, right? And maybe when you're out doing your school shopping, think about those kids, whether it be backpacks, especially for teens, and they're preferring clear backpacks, and a lot of school districts are asking for those. But index cards, crayons, colored pencils and pens, markers, any general supplies. The one place I do know, Underground Railroad, they're taking donations either at the Restore on State Street or the shelter on South Washington. That's kind of like the inn if you want to donate. And if you're in need of school supplies, Be Well of Saginaw and the Michigan Fitness Foundation are sponsoring a free play day this Friday, August 22nd from 5:30 to 8:30 at Vets Park. They ask that you register, and you'll go to the City of Saginaw's Parks website to register. But they have school supplies, giveaway, community resources, sports physicals. Another one is kids are getting into sports, they're going to need physicals. So a ton of stuff for you to get resources that you need. And these are just two examples. I mean, call your church, your school, 211 United Way. There's so many organizations out there trying to help folks. You know, some folks need supplies, and some folks are willing to give supplies, and we're just going to be matchmakers, right?
Love it. Well, 211 is such a great resource.
It really is, and that's kind of a great resource through United Way. Call 211. It's a non-emergency number. And that's a collect all. If you've got a question about any kind of this stuff, that's the place. There's trained folks on the line, and they'll get you to whoever you need.
A lot of resources. Now, for those who can afford supplies, you mentioned donating. These are drop-offs. Do they take those year-round? Do they save them for next year? Or?
Yeah, I would think that they would take them year-round. There was no end date on any of those, and that would be kind of something that they would make sure that those kids, because school supplies run out, right? We replenish. So drop those off to the Underground Railroad as one example, right? Once again, there's other ones, but you know, a year-round need for school supplies, you know, help folks out.
I like that. Anything else you can tell us? Any other updates as we head back to class?
No, just, you know, I guess we got our last chance to do fun stuff with our family, but the fall's so nice, but just make sure your kid's excited to go to school, right? Like it's it can be a super stressful time for a lot of kids. And I think if they go to school happy and confident, they'll have a better day.
I do, and I agree. And if you could repeat the details one more time for that 5:30 to 8:30.
Yep, 5:30 to 8:30. So Friday, August 22nd, 5:30 to 8:30 at Veterans Memorial Park on South 20th Street in Saginaw. And it's for families with children, 5 to 18, so really the whole gamut.
Nice. Get some supplies and have a good time.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you being here, Tim.
Thank you.
And we want to remind everyone, if you have any questions you'd like to ask the county, just send them to WNEM@WNEM.com. We're back in a moment.